Man, that sucks, bro. After we just had the intro for the intro was dope, bro. But what up, y'all, man? It's the OG show. We got the G's here. Hopefully, the O's could join us in a little bit. But we ain't couldn't. We'll fix up the intro and get it back. But we got to make some tweaks. YouTube was hating a little bit on the intro, but we'll get it together. Dutchy, it's good to see you, my boy.
Yeah, man. Likewise. NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plugs. Yeah, man. God damn, you two gonna hate on the motherfucker. They gonna hate on us. It's probably because I'm on this show. I got they flag all around this motherfucker. They put the cuffs on your boy. We'll be good to go. We'll get it back intact. We'll get it back intact. But we just got they hate on that Bulls. For y'all that didn't know, that was the Bulls. We had to get a little MJ vibe on there. So that was that Bulls theme song back in the day. So yeah, we'll get that out the way. Get something on there. Well, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, the YouTube police will leave us the motherfucker alone and we can get to the bag. But yeah, man, we had a good, the NBA was, hey, we one assist away. I see you, Ricky Bobby. I see you, my dude. One assist away from turning that pizza money into a zip. We almost turned that pizza money into a zip. Shout out to our guy with the $4.99. Don't know.
Appreciate you, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, absolutely. Much love. We was one assist away, goddamn it. But yeah, man, most importantly, we cashed with the Stafford over 253, 54, whatever you got it at, passing yards. So, we continue to give winners out when the time counts. You know what I'm saying? When it really counts. But yeah, man, hopefully we get Bobano in here. Hopefully Wham Bam will wipe the crusties out and get his ass in the mix as well. But let's go.
Oh man. KC, man, the chat, man.
Hey, KC, I don't like to say it, but if you know.
Oh my god. Hey, the chat, man. We got the best chat, bro. I'm always dying over here. All right, let's get to it. We got 8 games. I think it's 8 games on the slate today. First up, we got it's only fitting. We got Boston open up as -13. They -15 now. Total open 236.5 is down to 222.5. We don't know if we're getting Tatum. We don't know if we're getting Horford. We don't know if we're getting Springer. We definitely know no Porzingis and no Trae Young. No Bogdanovich even. So it's looking like who's playing out there, Dutchy? Is this a spot where you gotta lay it?
Yeah, right. Now, it's funny because our boy Nets Bets, Mr. Ladlewood, that I seen this morning tweeted out Boston Celtics. He's on the Celtics. So, shout out to our guy. I'll probably look team total over here. But like with no Tatum, I don't know. Is Tatum and Horford, are they going to play? I think they're both questionable. We shall see. Brooklyn, I believe they play Brooklyn in a couple days. They've already went to Atlanta and really put it on Atlanta in the first half and was on cruise control second half. So we hit the team total over in Atlanta, but it was close due to the fact that they were up so much in that second half. They was on cruise control, as I mentioned. So, you got the best three-pointing shooting team in the league against the most suspect defensive shooting the perimeter in the league in the Atlanta Hawks. So, Boston going to run these motherfuckers out the gym. I wouldn't lay the full. I'll probably look first quarter, first half. I'm not really a first quarter guy, but I would think Skee, you would be thinking the Celtics first half here. I'm sure it's a big number, but I'd expect these boys to put them away early, and also lean team total over. But nothing for me here. I know they don't have no Trae. Atlanta's beat to shit. Atlanta's been beat to shit after the first 2-3 games, and it just continues to get worse. I don't know what they're doing in that locker, what kind of stretching program on. They ain't got no protein going on over there, Skee, because everybody getting banged the fuck up.
My guy Nucky, he says Boston Hawks over first half has hit the last 13 times. Yeah, it's gone over 115 12 times. The only thing I'll say is there's no Trae. I would ask how many games, was Trae missing in that trend. But it's hard. Hawks don't play defense. Defense might get a little better without him. I don't know. It's tough. I could only look one way. This is what I'll say. I think
I'm not hung up on you. Yeah, that's usually me. I'm trying to get in and get out. God damn it. That is me. Shit.
Oh man, I think we gotta lay the 15. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think because it's one of those NBA Cup games, the differential matters, and they might play defense and lock the Hawks down. Like, how are the Hawks scoring for real in this game? That's really how I'm thinking. So
No
that
point.
gives me a little bit of pause for that first half over. Uh, I can understand Celtics team total, but I think just Celtics minus 15. Like, I really think they win by 20 plus. I really do.
Yeah, I think I can see that.
Let's get to the next one, man. Y'all cutting up. Y'all cutting up over there in the chat. Next game, we got Miami and Detroit. Opened up Miami minus 2.5. Looks like 1.5 now. Total is down 5 points from 219.5 to 214.5. And Heat will be without Jimmy Butler. Pistons will be, I mean, I thought I saw Duran. Let me see. Let me just refresh. Duran is, he's questionable. Stewart is probable. Clintman and Thompson are out. So I gotta say this, man. The Heat got back to playing their game, playing defense in the last one. Um, the games they win, they hold their opponents down, like under the team total we're looking at for Detroit. So I considered that. But Detroit's also been playing good defense, and we know that the Heat can struggle to score. So last few meetings between these teams have gone under. Last five, I think, actually, um, have gone under. The last 9 games between these teams, I think, averaged 209. I like under 214.5. Do you trust the Heat without Jimmy Butler to be able to beat the Pistons tonight, Dutchy?
Yeah, man. This is a good one. Big shout out to our guy Mark A. PG in the building. Good to see y'all. Run up the likes, man. Run up the likes. Smokey McLeod in the building. Got that first class funk in the plane. Hit that like I'm hitting this motherfucker. Get you right where you need to be. Believe it. This is a dog fight. It's a bummy fight. I knew you liked the under here, Skee. I kind of want to bet the under too. I figured you'd be on it. Kind of like Detroit here, man. We cashed a little bit off Detroit already this year. They went to Miami. I believe it was 8.5 point, 8.5 point dog in Miami. And what they do? They lost by 8, So in Miami, depending on where you got the number, very close game. Miami handled, but that was with Jimmy Butler. Now you got Detroit that's got Milwaukee on deck tomorrow. I don't know if they're really thinking about that. I think they want to handle Miami, they already went to Miami and felt the salty L. Miami off a big win against Minnesota without Jimmy buckets, and then you got Indiana on deck. However, you do have a couple of days off before you do play the Pacers. I'm trying to tread lightly with the NBA, to be quite honest with you, but I feel like the rebounding advantage really, really goes here. Even without Durant, I still think it goes to Detroit. I think they're the more physical team, and I'm not really that impressed with Miami. And then you take Jimmy buckets off of there. Very, nice win in Minnesota, but that's kind of the lose your guy for next game up mentality for that first one. They might come back to reality here. I do think the Pistons are live to win this game in the under here. And I think Cade, man, come on, Cade got fucked with last on the other day. Last time he was on the court, he was getting his ass posterized by Jalen Green. So I'd expect Cade to have a big game tonight, and that should, might not necessarily mean a win by Detroit, but I think Cade's the best player on the court tonight, and Detroit finds a way to win an ugly one. So nothing official yet, but I'll most likely be on Detroit, and I'll tell you on that under because I don't see how these boys get to 210.
I like it. I like it. Our guy came in. He's a little bit late for the game, but he did drop it in there. He says Nets minus 1.5 was a sweat, but he got there today. It's all about Boston minus 15 and Wolves minus 8.5. That's Mr. Laterwood, huh?
Yeah, there he is. There's the official Mr. Laterwood.
Let's get to the next one. Yeah, shout out. Appreciate you pulling up. We're gonna go Hornets, Magic, and man, only thing I'm gonna say is the Magic with Paulo, without Paulo, they still been doing one thing, and that's playing defense. I think they held their last 2 opponents, which were less than's Washington and the Pelicans. They held them under 95. But I mean, is Charlotte really that much better than them? They might be a tier above. And I think they can hold the Hornets under 102.5 if I'm doing anything in this game. Dutchy, can I get you to bet anything in this game?
Shout out to our guy Justin McKelvey Stacks. I see you, my man. Bobano and Webb, yeah, man. They MIA right now. I believe Bobano will be here very shortly. Yeah, this one's ugly. I probably lean your way. You know, Magic or forget about it without Banchero. Um, you know, I do think there's a rebounding edge here as well. I know they got Wendell Carter Jr. back. Maybe look for him to, you know, to really hit the boards. But nothing really in this game for me. A lot of love for LaMelo Ball. I think, you know, but I think this boy, you know, Suggs, you know, this motherfucker Suggs is actually pretty nice defensively. Probably could slow him down. So I would look for Orlando to get this one, but 8, no, thank you.
All right. We'll go
and it's 4.5 on LaMelo, bro. I'm taking under 4.5 threes if I have to bet that. That was my thought.
Shout out our guy Ron Crawford on Detroit with his pick of the day, and welcome into the show, Bobano.
What's up, fellas? Dutch,
another day.
No
another
Wham
day.
Bam. Where's Wham Bam today?
I don't know. Either maybe the kids got him busy over there. Who knows? But
kids causing a ruckus. Maybe
Hornets and Magic, Heat, Pistons, Hawks, Celtics.
So Atlanta, Boston's a pass. Easiest pass on the board. I don't want to lay 15, and Atlanta's too banged up. So easy stay away there. Miami, Detroit. I'm on Detroit. Detroit's been good to me. You know, they've covered a couple of times. I agree with Ron Crawford. I got 2 with them, 1.5. I like it still. Miami not playing consistent enough. I know they had the nice game against Minnesota, but that's how typical Miami would it be to play that well against Minnesota and lose tonight on the road against Detroit? That's what they've been. Very Jekyll and Hyde. So I like Detroit there. Charlotte and Orlando. This number's gone up a bit with Orlando laying 8.5. I agree with it a little bit, but I don't want to lay 8.5 now. So this is a game I'm not involved in.
All right, and there it is. That rapid fire
man. I'm telling you, I delivered it. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
You know what we should have did though, Skee, and let's do it because we ain't had it yet. And I would have did it on the Orlando game. I was trying to be a gentleman since it's just me and you. But yo, back with that motherfucker for Bobano on that first one. Come on now.
Is that for your health?
Oldies 1150.
We still got the backwood. So they can't take the backwood from us.
No. This copyright crap, man. It's ridiculous, but that's another story.
Yeah, it's annoying.
No.
Knicks and Sixers. This one opened up actually Sixers as the favorite, and now we have the Knicks laying 3. The total came down about 4 points to 212.5. It is the return, or is it the return or is it the first game, whatever you want to call it, for Joel Embiid? It'll be his first time playing with Paul George out there. There's still no Maxey. For New York, McBride is questionable, and Cameron Payne, he's also questionable. They'll be without Achua and Mitchell Robinson. So it's a chance for the Sixers to get a little bit of playoff revenge. But Dutchy, I'm going to come to you here and ask you, do you think Joel's going to be in game shape for this first matchup?
Yeah, man. You know what? I absolutely believe he's going to be big time tonight. You know what? When is Joel be really in shape? Like, and this motherfucker still get out there and do shit. So I don't even think necessarily he needs to be in that good of shape to be busting Karl Anthony Towns. The big meow, we'll call him tonight. Fuck the big bodega. These motherfuckers, I don't know if y'all seen that on X, but these he's allowing inside the restricted area like a 92% rating on a percentage making a basket against this guy. It's like fucking unheard of. It's 90% chance if you go to the hole on Cat that you're gonna fucking make the bucket. I mean, it's worse than the league. Nobody's worse than him. Your boy Giddey is like right there with them. But I mean, that's fucking absolutely putrid. And you don't think Joel Embiid, who literally got pressed by one of these fucking reporters, called out by he believes is the Philly people? Come on, man. He's gonna take it out. Not to mention the Knickerbockers knocked him out last year, as you mentioned, revenge factor there. So he remembers that. And this motherfucker, I mean, come on, man. They ain't got nothing down low for him. They're going to be missing Mitchell Robinson. They're going to be missing Precious Achua. And Cat don't want to have nothing to do with this.
And Hartenstein moved on to another team.
And Hartenstein wasn't there last year. With Hartenstein in the lineup last year in the playoffs, where it's a little bit more physical, ladies and gentlemen, he averaged 33 points a game against this team, who's a lot lighter down low than they were last year. And believe me, they won't be calling it like playoffs. You know, he'll be able to bully him down a little bit down low. I look for him to be aggressive. Over 25.5 is a nice bet for me tonight. I like this looking awful. I got 2 plays today, and this is one I absolutely love. He's getting 30 easy. He went over this number in 5 of those 6 that we talked about. 33, as I mentioned. He's angry. They got nothing for him. Come on, man. It's easy 30-piece tonight for our boy Joan B. He been eating them motherfuckers up all night long. Get the boards, do his thing. Just don't get happy with the 3, but if 1 or 2 go in, okay, my friend. But stay on the block. You're the best fucking offensive big man in the game. We're going to see it tonight. Over 25.5 is good money.
Oh, just rolling with Embiid. He says, ain't trusting nobody else.
I do think Sixers, but I'm not trusting their ass. I'm trusting Embiid to bust some ass.
New Page said, did he say Embiid getting 30? Yeah, he say he getting him a 30-piece tonight, man.
Easy 30. Easy.
Babano, do you agree?
That's probably the best bet in this game. Never mind a side, never mind a total. It's probably Embiid over his point prop because, you know, this is a team that knocked him out. He's kind of angry from everything that's gone on and all the questioning about how hurt is he? Is he missing games on purpose and all this scuttlebutt that's been going on? And, you know, if he's any kind of competitor, and I certainly believe that more after the way he played last year. I mean, the guy did, you know, really have a good season overall. He's going to be chomping at the bit back out there tonight. And obviously he's got the matchup advantage. What's he going to be worried about as far as rim protection for the Knicks? They're scared to put Towns out on the court sometimes defensively. And all the metrics show that when Towns is out there, they're much worse defensively, but they're good offensively when he's out there. That's kind of why the Knicks are playing some overs now too. Because believe it or not, you know, it's not always great what you're seeing defensively from the entire team when Towns is out there. So it's an opportunity, I think, for Embiid to have a big game. That probably is the best bet for this game, is honestly Embiid over his point prop. If I were to pick a side, the emotion of the Sixers getting Embiid back, I don't know if I want to go against Philly, but I don't want to take him either. And I don't want to bet against the Knicks off a loss, right? Knicks are coming off that loss to Indiana. Teams I think are pretty good. I want to back them off a loss. I don't want to go against them. I think if you got the Knicks, you know, at Pick'em, you know, it's good on you. It's up to -3 now. I wouldn't touch it now, but like I said, I think Embiid over points is the best way to go in this game. If he had to make me choose a side, I'd lean Knicks, but I don't love it.
Well, Bobano and Dutchy feeling the same way about it. Tony Trill likes that Sixers money line. Minutes restriction. There is going to be a minutes restriction probably for both Paul George and Embiid. So we'll see how that one shakes out.
This motherfucker's been ready to go, though, man. I mean, like, I think he's going to play with a chip tonight. He's going to give us 25 minutes. He's going to give us 25 minutes. And he's going to get 30 points easy.
All right. Let's get down to Raptors Bucks. Bucks are an 8.5-point favorite, and the total came down from 228.5. It's down even lower now. It's 225 now. No Dame Lillard for the Bucks. Giannis is probable. No Middleton. Gary Trent Jr. and Andre Jackson both probable. For the Raptors, Quickly questionable. Temple questionable. No Scotty Barnes. No Bruce Brown. No Kelly Olynyk. No Jacoby Walter. I'm gonna come to you, Babano, first. This Raptors team, I feel like they were playing with pace early on. I feel like it's maybe slowed down these past couple games, and they've been struggling to score. Also continues to be a team that struggles to play defense. Do you think that Giannis and the Bucks can take advantage of that? Do you think this is an over game? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I do. I did bet over in this game. Don't love it as much as because we have seen the offense start to dissipate. There's too much of a reliance the last couple games for the Raptors on Grady Dick and RJ Barrett. And quickly when he's on the floor, and he may not play tonight. So that's something you got to watch out for. But really outside of Grady Dick or RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly, it's been spotty from everyone else. offensively. Abaji's gives you good effort. He's not always a consistent offensive player, though. For you, sometimes Boucher pops off coming off the bench offensively, but that's not a given in every single game. So, but I still like this over because look, if Milwaukee can't light it up against this Raptors defense, when are they going to finally put the ball in the basket? Like when? Like, this is shocking to me that this Milwaukee team, never mind the defense, it's offense, to be honest, that's been struggling for them. I mean, they bogged down late against the Celtics. They only got 94 points on the road against the New York Knicks, but those are elite teams, elite defensive teams. This is an opportunity for Giannis and especially Damian Lillard to get rolling here because the Raptors are one of the bottom defensive teams. They're going to play fast. They're going to give them opportunities. If the spot wasn't so awful from a travel standpoint, they had to play back-to-back in LA and now flying two time zones over on a third game in 4 nights for the Raptors. I'd take the points with Toronto. The Bucks, to me, have no business laying 8.5 right now, how bad they've been. But it's a tricky spot travel-wise for Toronto, so I might stay off the Raptors. Do like the over, though.
All right. And Dutchy, I know you're not betting the Raptors. So
Dame's out to
you
me.
think no Dame though. But I feel like Dutch might not care.
No game time. Shit. You feel right. Goddamn. Shout out to Thomas Maggiano. He thinks Giannis over 52.5, or he's going 32.5, just the points. I think the points and rebounds and assists are probably good with him too. That motherfucker should eat tonight. He should have a 50 piece against this light front. But no, thank you, sir. No, thank you with this game. Back with this.
Is bad for your health.
That will never, ever get old hearing that all season, honestly. Yeah.
I was like, wait. But now I got to find a new theme song for the fucking intro. God damn it.
Yep.
They hate on the Bulls, man. The Bulls are that damn good.
No Dame Lillard. Give me Toronto now. I'm going to tack a Toronto bet onto that over as well. I have to at plus 8.5 with no Lillard.
Who's running point for fucking? Giannis gonna run point for Milwaukee tonight.
Yeah.
Junior back there.
Giannis. Don't act like you ain't seen it before.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, he's capable of doing it.
Yeah. He's gonna run point, maybe even triple double. Fuck around.
Definitely could get it. Definitely has potential for it in this game. Suns
Darko
and Jazz
hasn't had a full roster all year for the Raptors. He can probably still outcoach Green Eggs and Darvin Ham and Doc in this game. It won't be difficult.
I'm not arguing with that. I'm right with you. Suns and Jazz. It opened Suns -3. They're now 5.5 point favorites, and the total came down about 5 points to 227. No KD. We know that. Nurkic is game time decision. Gillespie is out. Keontae George is game time decision. There will be no Walker Kessler and no Preston for the Utah Jazz. I feel like it should have been a Sun spot, but I don't know. I don't even know about that. But I definitely know if they can't cover numbers with Kevin Durant, I can't trust them to cover without Kevin Durant. So Dutchy, is the sun rising today or what we doing?
Man, you see the lights are bright, bro. The lights are bright. Sunny as a motherfucker out there. Chosen one, I see you, my man. Hey, we in the same rotation, my guy. Shout out to Frank Natty. Saying shout out to BD. That's B. I just don't feel right calling anybody daddy, bro. But you know what it is. Much love to you. Shout out to BD. Shout out to our guy Ron Crawford in the motherfucking building. I see you, my man. Liking this one. Suns. You know what's crazy is you say you take KD off of it, but there wasn't enough ball for this team, right? There wasn't enough ball for this team. So this fucking Utah team is just fugazi. Come on, we all thought they were going to be a little bit better than this. I know they put the young bull in the starting lineup. Is he going to give them a little bit of juice? Is it going to trickle down? Because they got guys that can put the ball in the bucket, but goddamn, Utah has been beyond disappointing. But if we talk about, the Suns, it's hard to say, are they going to be better with KD? Obviously, they're not a better basketball team with KD, but can they produce and can we make some money off of this team with just simply Bradley Beal and we know Devin Booker? Book it, man. This guy's a bucket. And he's been playing, he's been rebounding, he's been assisting. So I look at Devin Booker to really get back to where he was 2 years ago, one of the more elite two guards in the league. Since KD kind of went there, it's been underachieving all around. So we don't talk about how good this guy really is. But yeah, I look at Devin Booker and I almost look at the Suns as free money tonight. To be quite honest with you, I just like these two other bets a lot more. I'll see if I get to the window. Either with this one in Detroit, like I like Detroit probably a little more because there's a home dog. But these two games were both very appealing to me. I just want to see it maybe more with the Suns, but I have a feeling they'll click a little bit with just the ball moving a little bit more with only 2 elite offensive players on the floor instead of 3. You know, Brad, say what you will about Bradley. Is he elite? We can argue that offensively, but he thinks he's elite. I know that. I know what he thinks. So when he's out there, he wants to shoot the fucking ball. Devin Booker wondering why he ain't shooting. And you know KD should be shooting every goddamn time. So maybe we see a little bit better production from the Phoenix Suns with only 2 guys. We shall see, though.
Interesting perspective on that. Bobano, what do you think about what Dutch said there? Do you see it that way?
I'm almost tempted to take a little Utah here. It's not easy, though. I mean, they've obviously been absolutely awful, disappointing. They did beat San Antonio, though, last time out, 111-110 in their last game. And they did beat Chicago, but at home, it's been surprising how bad they've been. 0-4. They haven't won yet here at Delta Center this year. The problem with Phoenix is it's not only Durant being out, but they've always had a tough game in this building. Last year, there were 2 games against Utah here at the Delta Center. They needed overtime in one game, and the other one they won by exactly 3 points. So not exactly, lay 5.5 with Phoenix here in this spot. Phoenix, this is the NBA Cup night. Do they want to win the NBA Cup? Well, I think there's a team in one of the games we're going to talk about that I think really would like to win it, and I think there's actually sentiment to win it. But here,
we mentioned that tonight, today,
no doubt. Yeah, it's and by the way, point differential matters. So if you want to take a favorite, don't be hesitant to lay the points because they got to try to get point differential because that's the tiebreaker. Once we get into the elimination round of this NBA Cup now, as they are calling it. But I think ultimately I have to pass. Utah's just not trustworthy enough for me, but I am tempted. I lean Utah plus the points, but no bet.
And I could have got the Suns at 3 last night, so I believe I missed this. By the way, I didn't realize that it already went to 5.5.
Yeah, I think it's the Kessler. Once Kessler got rolled out, it started to move.
No.
Next game we have T-Wolves and Blazers. Open Wolves -9. They're -8.5, and the total hasn't moved very much. It did open 220.5, moved half a point. Matisse Thybulle is out for the Blazers. Nobody's out for the Timberwolves. And I got to come to Bobano. This is I don't know. You said you might have to remove it. I don't know anymore. But the Timberwolves are a team that when they win by margin. The Blazers, when they lose by margin. How do you see this game going tonight?
Yeah, I laid it with Minnesota. I did. I mean, I thought coming into the year, Portland could be a little bit of a feisty underdog at times, and they were in the first week or two, and now all of a sudden, I mean, for Portland, 5 of the last 6 games have been downright motherfucking ugly. Let's be honest. Oklahoma City beats them by 23. Phoenix pounds them. San Antonio, they lose by 13. They lose by 25 at Minnesota just a few days ago. So I know it's revenge for losing by 25 at Minnesota. But then how do they respond to that loss? That's a 25-point loss. You come back home against Memphis, you get drilled 134-89. That's how you respond. I mean, to me, that's just a Portland team that until I see some level of competitiveness with this group, I'm not touching them right now. And the one thing you have for Minnesota is losing as 7.5-point favorites to Miami in their last game and chomping at the bit to bounce back off a loss. And you look at series history, it's been one blowout after another for the Minnesota Timberwolves against this Portland team. 23-point win, 12-point win, 37-point win. You had one close game in Minnesota last March. That was it. And then, of course, just 4 days ago, they win by 25. Yeah, I'm laying it here, the 8.5 with Minnesota. I think Portland just in a bad way right now.
I agree. Timberwolves, top offensive and defensive rated team. They could do it either way tonight. Lock them down or just, go crazy offensively. And once again, these games do matter as far as point differential if there is a tie in this group play. Dutch, do you think The Wolves are. I mean, this feels like maybe a levels almost.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Shout out to speaking of levels, our boy Ray, some sharp picks in the building on another level with that fucking horse content going all day long over there on Kicking YouTube, hitting the ponies over the head. Check them out. Check them out. Shout out to our guy, Mr. 40 fucking K. Mike R. Yeah, man. Stafford. This shit did look bad. That's the beautiful thing about these passing props, though. Like, they get that shit up late, man. Like, I've cashed so many over passing props with the quarterbacks in the late fourth quarter because they get into that prevent defense and shit. And he had 300. We were sweating to get 254. The motherfucker ended up with 300. Shout out to our guy Razor with the Dolphins and Skee all on the Dolphins yesterday. Hell of a call. Yeah, man. Wolves. Last 5 times they've seen these motherfuckers, smacked them around 12, 4 out of the 5 by 12 points or more. So probably the same damn thing. They do play these motherfuckers tomorrow, which isn't a tourney game. I don't know the rules to this new gay shit we got going on. Is it a tourney game tomorrow?
I am not sure.
See, no one. Yeah, is the court gonna be weird as fuck tomorrow too? We don't know. But tonight, Minnesota, I believe is I know it's a tournament game, and they should smack these motherfuckers around coming off a loss where you got Miami coming into your home court and beat you without Jimmy Butler. You know he's on the bench probably talking shit too because he don't like Minnesota. So, yeah, I look for the boys, Julius Randle to have his way tonight. Minnesota big. I'm with you guys. Raised by Wolves tonight for sure.
All right, we all howling tonight. It seems like. Appreciate you, Daniel, and remind everybody to hit the like button.
There we go. There's our wolf sound. Yeah.
And they're giving you some love for that passing prop yesterday. Shout out to AJ. I did meet him over there at the Westgate. It was nice meeting you, bro. And he says those Warriors cash for you on Sunday. Yeah, I did. We did talk about the Warriors, and it was one more play too that I can't think of right now. That one, but yeah, it was good meeting you, bro. And hopefully you enjoyed your time while you were out here in Vegas. We got one more game left for today.
Oh yeah, we saved the best for last, huh?
Good one.
Mavs and Warriors.
Knicks and Sixers will be good, but come on, man.
It's open Warriors -2, 2.5 point favorites now, and the total has gone up 4 points to 234.5. Wiggins is game time decision. Luka looks like he's probable. Lively is listed as questionable, but somebody in the chat in previous show said he was expected to play. So we'll see about Lively.
Okay, yeah, I think he's playing.
And then PJ Washington is doubtful. Exum is out. So this is Clay against his old team. Warriors first time seeing Clay as well. Should be very entertaining game. You also got, two of the best teams in the West right here going head to head. So Dutch, it's your boy Luka. Is he gonna put him on his shoulders, or is he gonna get Clay rolling tonight?
You show some motherfucking respect, Skee. That's Luka, the motherfucking god. God damn it! You see the vibes, goddamn. Hey, shout out to Mo Harris in the chat. I see you, Charles White, all the real ones in here. Let's run up the likes for the fellas. You Capper Sports in the building. I see you, my man. Let's run up the likes. Share the video. That's right. Look at it down, Thomas. Come on now. Gotta show some respect. Pissed off. Pissed the fuck off, Luka, too. Come on, man. Last 2 games, they've lost to Phoenix and Denver by a total of 3 points. One was at the crib in Dallas when they had Phoenix. And shout out to KD before, unfortunately, got the injury. Big time 3. To get that win there. And then you go to Denver and Kyrie goes absolutely fucking nuts. And, Joker been doing Joker things. We'll talk about it another day, but goddamn. And you lose that game by a bucket, by 1 point. So I think you got a very pissed off Dallas Mavericks team, in my opinion. And yeah, we can say the Clay back to the Bay. I mean, the only thing Clay should be happy about is you got Luka the motherfucking Don and Uncle Drew getting off the jet with you. That's what you should be happy about. I'm honestly probably taking under on Clay. I'm not counting on that motherfucker to really do shit tonight. Just don't overshoot is what I'm hoping he don't do. And Luka and Kyrie will take you to the motherfucking promised land tonight. tourney, whatever this shit means, if it means a little bit more, when I definitely want my money on Luka the Don and Kyrie, because this is when they really show up. But this is not a great spot for the Warriors. It's really not. All right. First game back, they had 1 day off. 1 day off after this long-ass road trip. We're starting Houston, Washington, Boston, Cleveland, and then they're off a gigantic win on Sunday against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shout out to AJ and yourself at the Westgate. You were able to, you called that very nicely. But that's a big win. You go to OKC, you win. You handle Cleveland after getting dismantled by Boston, which was kind of writing on the wall. Or excuse me, backwards. You dismantle Boston and get handled by Cleveland after doing what you've been waiting so long to do. And then now, let's talk about it, man. They just realistically, in my opinion, haven't really, faced this type of backcourt pressure. You could say it with Boston, but no JB, right? No JB's big. So I think they haven't won against two guys like this all season, and they're going to get exploited a little bit. Steph's not the best defensive player. I know they've been playing really good defensively, but tonight I think that defense, that backcourt gets a little bit exploited, and Luka and Kyrie get it done. I'm taking the +3. I think it's 2.5 now. I think they went outright, but give me the 2.5 just in case Curry wants to, get some shit going late. But I really like the Mavericks tonight. It's a beautiful spot for them. Tourney or not, I don't know what the fuck, but I like this game an awful lot.
Bobano, any rebuttal for Dutch there?
No, not really. It's not a great spot for Golden State because, they're coming off this great road trip, and they're playing awesome, no doubt. I mean, you end that road trip with a win at Oklahoma City. That's very impressive. You beat Boston as well. Very impressive. You'd had the one bad game against Cleveland, the Cavaliers, on that trip. It went 4-1, but you're back home. You're on the road for a while since October 30th. First game back, always tricky. Not the greatest situation here. And I cashed a ticket with Dallas the other night against Denver. They could have won that game, if not for a last second three that fell short. But they lose by 2 to Denver. So they'll be looking to bounce back here in this spot. This is that one game, though, that I mentioned, though. Even though I like Dallas a little bit from a spot perspective, +2.5, +3, Golden State's probably, I think, a team that would want to win this, or at least have a good showing in the NBA Cup, because they're trying to build this momentum. Contending in this kind of tournament, I think, builds what they're doing so far to start the year. I mean, what they've done to this bench and the depth now they've all of a sudden got, very impressive. I just don't like this spot, though, for them. But I got to admit, I'm impressed. I like what I've seen from all the guys they brought in here, with bringing in Anderson, bringing in DeAnthony Melton, bringing in Buddy Hield, and they've all contributed, and they've all made a big-time difference for this Golden State team. I just hate the fact they're coming off a very long and very successful road trip, and they got to face a Dallas team that's coming to play here tonight off the loss to Denver the other night. Just a tough spot for Golden State. As much as I'm impressed, I think they're in tough tonight. I'm in agreement. Dallas for me.
If I'm betting this game, I'm going with Golden State. I think they've been playing the better basketball. They're at the house. It's hard for me to go against that.
You're all about rest. You're all about rest. Motherfucking Dallas been at home for.
If they're not off the road trip, I would not be on Dallas. I'll say that right now. Because I agree with you. Golden State's playing damn well. It was not easy for me to pull the trigger on Dallas, but I did because of the spot. I hate it. I hate teams coming all the way back home, especially West Coast teams off a very long, great road trip. It's very tough.
If it was a team like the Mavericks, where, I don't know how many guys I got on the bench today, I might be worried. But a team like the Warriors, where they going 12 deep, what am I worried about? It's early in the season. You got a huge rotation. These boys not tired right now. So I just think the Warriors are playing better basketball right now. And being at home, I think, is the deal breaker. It was nice. It was all sweet and nice earlier, Dutch. Casey seemed like she wants to smoke now because this is her team. She says, Luka never won nothing, talking crazy about Luka in attorney format. She says, let Luka bring that ISO ball here. She thinks they're going to lock him up tonight.
Okay. I'm telling you right now, no Wiggins. That's going to be difficult. I don't know. I mean, Buddy Hield, Milton. Come on, Draymond's ass. That's what we're counting on tonight. Steph Curry better get you 40. I mean, Luka, Kyrie gonna bust that ass all night long, and I like that Lively's back. I do like that Lively's back. Gafford should outwork him. It's good, you know. I know. Yeah, I guess you got me with Luka won, but you know he seems to do pretty well in the playoffs. Was what I was getting at. But yeah, I guess you can't really say that against the Warriors, right?
She said Luka and Kyrie better play every minute of this game tonight because that bench, and that's what I think. That bench is gonna be the difference maker tonight. So we shall see. I'm outnumbered 2-1 on the show. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say maybe I was thinking about putting first half a little too. I already bet the full game at 3, so but I was thinking kind of all morning that Dallas first half, probably just in case, you know. So kind of goes into what you guys are saying, to be quite honest with you. So we shall see.
All right, that's the card. I think we did a pretty solid job. We're on here for about a little over 40 minutes. So it is about that time where we move it on over to best bets. And there we go. No Wham Bam to go first today. So we're gonna pass it on over to Bobano. Let the people know what you think is the best way to get to the window.
Yeah, we'll bring that sound back since people enjoyed it. Oh, oh, oh! We're going to go Minnesota. Timberwolves minus 8.5 against Portland. I think it's a romp. They're off a loss to Miami. This Portland team's just brutal at the moment, really on both ends of the floor. Minnesota's owned them like 4 of the last 5 wins for Minnesota in this series over to the Portland Trailblazers have been by double digits. Double digits is all we need to cash the ticket. Minus the 8.5. Minnesota, best bet.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. For myself, I am gonna go with the Heat and Pistons. I still don't think it's gone down far enough. Under 214.5. There's still a lot of them out there. Every time these teams play, it goes under. The last 9, the average is 209 for these teams. Detroit has played under 4 of their last 5 games, mostly because they struggle to score. And the Heat and Hero just talked about they got to get back to their identity, which is not trying to get in shootouts, winning with their defense. So no JB, Jimmy Butler, and Hero in. I think that's a recipe for the under in this game. Under 214.5 for me. Pistons and Heat. Last but not least, slide over to my guy Dutchy. Let the people know what the freshest look of the day is and take us home.
Yeah, man. Freshest look. Hey, man, we're going to Philly, man. We're going to eat all motherfucking night long with the big Joan B. That's right. He's going to shit all over the cap. Believe that. To over 25.5. It's good money. Shout out to all the real ones in the chat. Thomas Monesiano, our guy. Marcel. Everyone in the chat. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh. Stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.